Hello, you retro junkies. You got the Retro Viking talking at you. And let's just start out by saying I know the glasses are a little bit different. Well, the truth behind that is I recently had some work done on one of my eyes and it's a little weird looking right now. So rather than have you focus on the way that looks, I decided to cover it up. So let me know in the comments what you think. Maybe I'll stick with the glasses. Who knows? All right. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be talking about the 10 games that I think that every collector should have in their retro game collection. Now, crafting a definitive list of the top 10 retro games every collector should have can be subjective, as different collectors may have varying preferences and priorities. However, I can certainly suggest a list of iconic retro games that are often sought after by collectors due to their historical significance, gameplay, innovation, and cultural impact. So here's a list, in no particular order, that includes a variety of platforms and genres. Starting us off with number 10 is Castlevania Symphony of the Night from 1997. Released for the PlayStation, it's often regarded as a masterpiece in the realm of 2D action-adventure. Developed by Konami, this title takes a significant departure from the traditional Castlevania formula by introducing a non-linear, exploratory gameplay style, RPG elements, and a captivating gothic atmosphere. At the heart of Symphony of the Night is a finely crafted gameplay. Players assume the role of Alucard, the half-human, half-vampire son of Dracula. As he explores the vast, interconnected castle in search of his missing father, the game features open-ended exploration where players gradually unlock new abilities, items, and areas, encouraging them to backtrack and discover hidden secrets. The mix of platforming, combat, and puzzle solving keeps the gameplay engaging and rewarding. Symphony of the Night has often been credited with popularizing the Metroidvania subgenre, characterized by its exploration-driven gameplay, its interconnected map, and gradual acquisition of abilities. The game's influence can be seen in countless indie titles and modern games that embrace this style. One potential criticism could be directed towards the voice acting and dialogue, which were somewhat dated even for its time. Some players might also find the initial movements of the game, where Alucard's powers are limited, to be slightly slow-paced. Overall, Castlevania Symphony of the Night is a true classic. It stood the test of time. Its innovative gameplay, intricate level design, and captivating atmosphere make it a must-play for both retro gaming enthusiasts and newcomers to the series. The game's impact on the industry, along with its enduring popularity, solidifies its position as one of the most iconic and influential video games of all time. At number 9, we have Street Fighter II. Released in 1991 by Capcom, it's a legendary fighting game that not only defined the genre, but also had a profound impact on the entire video game industry. This classic title revolutionized competitive multiplayer gaming and laid the foundation for the modern fighting game community. At its core, Street Fighter II offers fast-paced one-on-one combat where players select a character from a diverse roster of fighters, each with their own unique fighting styles, moves, and special abilities. The game introduced a wide variety of special moves, combos, and the concept of Hadouken motions, which becomes synonymous with the fighting game. The controls were precise, allowing players to execute complex moves with practice and skill. The impact of Street Fighter II on both gaming and popular culture cannot be overstated. It became a global phenomenon, sparking interest in competitive gaming and fostering a community of players who engaged in local tournaments and friendly competitions. The game's influence extended beyond gaming, with characters like Ryu and Chun-Li becoming cultural icons. If there is any potential criticism, it's that some of the earlier versions of the game had issues with balance. with certain characters having more powerful moves or easier combos. However, Capcom addressed this in later updates. Overall, Street Fighter II is a revolutionary title that changed the gaming landscape forever. Its deep gameplay, memorable characters, and competitive nature established the blueprint for modern fighting games and esports. Even decades after its release, Street Fighter II remains a timeless classic that continues to captivate players and enthusiasts alike. At number 8, we have Chrono Trigger. Released in 1995 by Square, now Square Enix, is widely celebrated as one of the greatest role-playing games of all time. This collaborative effort by some of the industry's most talented creators resulted in a timeless classic that seamlessly combines innovative gameplay mechanics, a compelling narrative, and memorable characters. The standout feature of Chrono Trigger is the innovative time travel mechanic. Players navigate through different eras, altering the course of history and solving puzzles that span different time periods. This not only provides a unique gameplay experience, but also adds a layer of complexity to the story, as decisions in one era can have ripple effects in others. Chrono Trigger has left an indelible mark on the RPG genre, influencing numerous games that followed. It demonstrated how intricate storytelling, compelling characters, and innovative gameplay could come together to create a truly immersive experience. One minor criticism could be directed at the relatively straightforward combat system, which, while well balanced and strategic, might not have the complexity of some other RPGs. Some players might also find the encounters with random enemies slightly repetitive. However, Chrono Trigger is a masterpiece that stands as a testament to the creativity and artistry of game development. Its innovative gameplay, captivating story, memorable characters, and timeless soundtrack make it a must-play for RPG enthusiasts and gaming connoisseurs alike. Decades after its release, it continues to be celebrated and cherished by gamers around the world. Number 7 is Super Mario 64. Released in 1996 for the Nintendo 64, it's a groundbreaking and iconic 3D platformer that forever transformed the gaming landscape. This revolutionary title not only set the standard for 3D game design, but also solidified Mario's status as a gaming legend. Super Mario 64 marked Mario's transition from 2D to 3D, and it did so with a level of innovation and polish that was unprecedented at the time. The game's open-world design and dynamic camera angles introduced players to the joys of navigating a three-dimensional space. The mechanics felt intuitive and responsive, enabling players to perform a wide range of jumps, flips, and maneuvers. It also had a profound influence on the industry. Its innovative design and mechanics set the standard for 3D platformers, shaping the way future games would approach world design, camera control, and player interaction. Many 3D games owe a debt to this pioneering concept established by this title. Now, while the camera control was innovative for its time, it could sometimes be a bit finicky, causing frustration in tight spaces or during certain platforming sequences. Additionally, the game's visuals have understandably aged, but they retain a certain nostalgic charm. Overall, Super Mario 64 is a monumental achievement that transcends its era. Its revolutionary gameplay, imaginative world design, and iconic music continues to capture the hearts of both longtime fans and new players. This game not only secured Mario's place in gaming history, but also solidified Nintendo's reputation for pushing the boundaries of what's possible in video game design. It's an essential play for anyone interested in the history of gaming, and a testament to the enduring brilliance of Nintendo's game design philosophy. At number 6, we have Final Fantasy VII. Released in 1997 by Square, now Square Enix, is a landmark role-playing game that holds a special place in gaming history. Renowned for its compelling story, complex characters, and innovative gameplay, this title left an indelible mark on the RPG genre and the industry as a whole. At the heart of Final Fantasy VII is an intricate and emotionally charged narrative. The game follows Cloud Strife, an ex-soldier mercenary, as he joins a group of rebels known as Avalanche to thwart the oppressive Shinra Electric Power Company. As the story unfolds, themes of identity, environmentalism, and personal redemption come to the forefront. The plot twists and turns keep players engaged from start to finish. The game's success marked the series' transition to 3D graphics and solidified its position as a global powerhouse. Final Fantasy VII popularized the RPG genre in the West and introduced countless players to the world of Japanese RPGs. Now, while it's praised for its depth, the translation at times suffered from awkward dialogue and localization issues. Additionally, some might find the blocky character models and aged CGI sequences less impressive by modern standards. Fortunately, there's a modern update to the game. Overall, Final Fantasy VII is more than a game. It's a cultural phenomenon that has left an enduring impact on both gaming and pop culture. Its engrossing narrative, memorable characters, and innovative gameplay mechanics make it a landmark title in the RPG genre. Even decades after its release, its influence can be seen in the continued reverence for its characters, story, and world. Whether you're a veteran RPG enthusiast or new to the genre, Final Fantasy VII is a must-play experience that showcases the power of storytelling in video games. Super Metroid, released in 1994 for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, is a timeless masterpiece that sets the bar for exploration-based action-adventure games. Renowned for its atmospheric world design, non-linear gameplay, and innovative mechanics, this title remains a benchmark in the gaming industry. At the core of Super Metroid is the planet Zebes, or is it Zebes? I never really knew how that was pronounced. It's a vast and interconnected world filled with diverse environments. From the eerie depths of Brinstar to the haunting corridors of Norfair, each area is meticulously designed, creating an immersive atmosphere that draws players into the game's world. Super Metroid stands out for its non-linear approach to gameplay. Players are given a wide range of tools and abilities that enable exploration of the planet's labyrinth caverns. The lack of a linear path encourages players to discover their own way forward, rewarding curiosity and experimentation. It also popularized the Metroidvania genre, characterized by interconnected maps, backtracking, and gradual acquisition of abilities. Its influence is seen in numerous games that followed, including the Metroid series itself and other exploration-focused titles. Now, some players might find the game's initial moments slightly slow-paced as you acquire your first set of abilities. Additionally, backtracking, while essential to the genre, might not appeal to everyone. Super Metroid remains a hallmark of game design, showcasing how a well-crafted world, evocative storytelling, and innovative gameplay can come together to create a truly immersive experience. It continues to captivate new generations of players, proving that excellence in gaming design transcends time. Whether you're a fan of action-adventure games or a gamer seeking a classic experience, Super Metroid is an essential and timeless addition to any gaming library. Pac-Man, released in 1980 by Namco, is an iconic arcade game that not only defined a genre, but also became a global cultural phenomenon. Its simple yet addictive gameplay, memorable characters, and enduring appeal have solidified its status as a classic in the world of gaming. It was introduced as a novel concept to the gaming world, guiding a hungry, circular character through maze-like levels to eat pellets while avoiding colorful ghosts. This gameplay mechanic, coupled with the power pellets that turns the ghosts vulnerable, created a strategic and engaging experience that captivated players of all ages. I mean, I think the first time I played it, I was 5 years old, and it's been one of my favorite games ever since. And I turned 46 in a couple of weeks. Pac-Man, with his iconic shapes and voracious appetite, quickly became a gaming icon. The four colorful ghosts, Blinky, Pinky, Inky, and Clyde, each with distinct behavior patterns, added depth to the gameplay and strategic decision-making. It transcended the realm of gaming to become a cultural phenomenon. The character's image was everywhere. From merchandise to toys to cartoons to even songs, the widespread recognition helped bridge the gap between gaming and mainstream culture. Pac-Man laid the foundation for the maze chase genre and influenced countless games that followed, both directly and indirectly. The concept of collecting items while evading enemies became a staple in many game designs. If the game has any critiques, then it could be the relatively repetitive nature of the gameplay, especially when compared to more complex modern games. The game's simple graphics and sound might not offer the same level of immersion as later titles. Overall, Pac-Man is not just a game. It's a cultural touchstone that transformed the gaming landscape. Its enduring appeal, accessibility, and addictive gameplay continues to attract players even after decades. If you're interested in experiencing a piece of gaming history and enjoying a fun, straightforward, and iconic gaming experience, Pac-Man is a must-play title that encapsulates the essence of classic arcade gaming. Tetris, created by Alexei Pajitnov and released in 1984, is a quintessential puzzle game that has left an indelible mark on the world of gaming. With its deceptively simple mechanics, addictive gameplay, and universal appeal, Tetris has become a timeless classic that continues to captivate players of all ages. At its core, Tetris is a game about arranging falling blocks of various shapes to create complete horizontal lines. The rules are elegantly simple, allowing players to quickly grasp the mechanics and start playing. Yet the game's depth lies in its strategic complexity. Tetris has achieved a level of cultural significance few games can match. Its addictive gameplay and widespread availability on a multitude of platforms, from arcade machines to modern smartphones, have cemented its place in gaming history. One potential critique might be the lack of a true ending or progression in the traditional sense. Some players might also find the absence of a narrative or characters less engaging compared to story-driven games. Tetris is a shining example of how simplicity can lead to brilliance in game design. Its addictive gameplay, universal accessibility, and cultural impact have solidified its place as one of the greatest games ever created. Whether you're a seasoned gamer or someone looking for a quick yet satisfying game experience, Tetris is a must-play title that continues to demonstrate the enduring power of a well-crafted puzzle game. The Legend of Zelda was released in 1986 by Nintendo, and it stands as a timeless testament to the power of exploration, adventure, and immersive storytelling in video games. Created by the legendary Shigeru Miyamoto, this iconic title laid the foundation for an enduring franchise that continues to captivate gamers across generations. From the moment players step into the fantasy world of Hyrule, The Legend of Zelda presents an innovative and open-ended gameplay experience. As Link, the hero of the story, players embark on a quest to rescue Princess Zelda and defeat the evil sorcerer Ganon. The game encourages exploration, puzzle solving, and combat as players navigate an expansive overworld and conquer intricate dungeons. The Legend of Zelda not only established a beloved franchise, but also played a pivotal role in shaping the action-adventure genre. The character of Link, the Triforce, and iconic items like the Master Sword have become symbols in gaming culture. The success of The Legend of Zelda led to numerous sequels, spin-offs, and adaptations, solidifying its status as one of the most enduring and respected franchises in the gaming industry. One potential critique is the game's lack of in-game guidance or direction, which might lead to confusion for some players. Additionally, the difficulty level could be challenging for newcomers or players accustomed to more modern conveniences. Overall, The Legend of Zelda is a timeless masterpiece that remains as enjoyable and engaging today as it was upon its release. Its pioneering open world design, captivating storytelling, and blend of exploration and puzzle solving set the standard for countless adventure games that followed. If you're seeking a classic gaming experience that defines an era and continues to inspire generations of gamers, The Legend of Zelda is an essential title that should not be missed. And finally, here we come to the last entry on our list, and what else could it be but Super Mario Bros. Released in 1985 by Nintendo, it's a game that not only revolutionized the gaming industry, but also introduced the world to one of the most iconic characters in pop culture history. This side-scrolling platformer is a masterclass in gaming design, setting the standard for countless games to come and leaving an indelible mark on gaming history. The brilliance of Super Mario Bros. Lies in its accessibility yet engaging gameplay. Players control Mario, the heroic plumber, as he navigates through the Mushroom Kingdom to rescue Princess Peach from the clutches of the villainous Bowser. The game's intuitive controls, responsive mechanics, and level design create a seamless and rewarding experience. Super Mario Bros. Not only revitalized the gaming industry after the video game crash of 1983, thank you Atari, but also propelled Mario to international stardom. The character and his world have become cultural icons, recognized by people of all ages. The game's success spawned an entire franchise that continues to thrive to this day. Sequels, spin-offs, and adaptations have expanded the Super Mario universe while retaining the core gameplay mechanics that originated in this title. Given the era of its release, some might find the game's relatively limited graphical capabilities and absence of a save feature challenging by modern standards. Additionally, the difficulty curve might be steep for players new to retro games. Super Mario Bros. Is more than a game. It's a cornerstone of gaming history. Its innovative gameplay, enduring characters, and timeless design have left an impact on the industry. Whether you're a nostalgic gamer or someone new to classic titles, Super Mario Bros. Is a must-play experience that showcases the brilliance of simple yet effective game design. Well, there you have it. That's my top 10 must-own retro games for any collector. Now, you may have some other games in mind. Some of these may not even make your list at all. Let me know what you think. I mean, every list is subjective. Everybody has their favorites. Thanks for watching. If you made it all the way to the end, I sure could appreciate a like or maybe even a subscribe if this is your first time here. For now, that's it, and I hope that we can see you next time.